Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about my existential crisis in Mexico City and how this kind of relates to my Saturn return. So this is part 2 of my Saturn return series. So if you haven't seen the first video, please check it out. I'm going to link it somewhere here. And yeah, it's a brief description. Your Saturn return is basically when Saturn returns back to the exact same place as the time of your birth. So usually this is between the ages of 28 to 30, and you go through some major life changes during this time. But I give a better description in the first video, so go check that out. But essentially, I'm currently in the middle of my Saturn return. I currently am in the 27th degree of Capricorn, and my Saturn return will be officially in Aquarius in 1 degree. So that's something that I am feeling really heavily right now. Like, I feel that I've gone through so many transitions in the last year, so now I'm trying to adjust things. And I think my existential crisis in Mexico City is very related to this. So for context, I have not traveled outside of Canada or the United States in over 9 years, which is a really, really long time. And I think it's been, the last time I've traveled was basically going to Serbia with my mom, and I think that was when I was 19. So even then, like, going to Serbia, it was a very big culture shock for me personally, but I did understand a bit of the language. I do understand a bit of Serbian, but very minimal, very minimal. So I booked a trip to Mexico City. So it was basically for some health reasons, but I felt that I needed to also just get away for some mental health clarity. And when I booked the trip with a friend, I was super, super excited. And essentially what happened was I arrived in Mexico City with her, and there was just like this wave of culture shock that hit me. And right when we landed, like, it was a long hour, it was like a 5-hour flight, so it wasn't too bad, but I felt, wow, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, I just saw so many people who lived so differently than me. And of course I knew this, but seeing it in person is such a different experience. I was talking to my friend, and she never has traveled to a place that didn't speak English or like didn't understand English. So basically in Mexico City, everyone speaks Spanish and English. Like, some people speak English, but very, I would say 10% spoke good English. And then, but people could understand us. It was just the first day that it was so, so difficult to communicate. And I was just like, wow, I feel so alienated. And it just made me realize, like, okay, what am I doing? Like, who am I? I was asking all these huge questions just by this alienation, which I felt, to be honest, I felt at a young age too, but I think it just hit me again because I haven't felt this way in so, so long. And I was just asking, who am I? What is my purpose in life? What am I doing? Who am I helping? What, like, there's so many people in this world, so many people in this world, and how am I helping them? Like, who, like, what is my purpose? And I was honestly very emotional the first day. I was very emotional. Basically, there's also a change in altitude when you go to Mexico City, so I was feeling very lightheaded as well, and so was my friend. So we both felt like we were like drunk when we weren't drunk at all. So I was definitely in that existential mode where I'm like, okay, what am I doing? Am I on the right path? And as if many of you know, or if any of you know, I'm currently have a few jobs, and although I do enjoy all of them, I know that it's not sustainable for me to keep all of them the way I'm going about it. And this means that I have to rethink a lot of things in my life and what I want and what I truly want. But I know what I truly want to do will take time to develop, and that's, you know, YouTube, and that's also my poetry book. Link is in my bio. But I like that, like publishing my book. So my main focus right now has been publishing my poetry book and trying to get it to a publisher for the second edition. So I'm self-publishing the first edition. And then I've also been teaching at OCAD, which has been great. It's been something that I first thought I wanted to be a full-time professor, but after teaching for 1 year, my first year, I was like, no, I don't think I can do this full time. Like, I want to do my own thing. I'm teaching again, like in the same class, second year, and it's a lot better than the first year, but it's definitely something I have to, I always want to put so much effort into it, but all of my energy can't go towards that because I can't live off of that money. And it is fulfilling for me, but not to the same extent of me doing my own work, publishing my book and my YouTube channel. And I've also launched an astrology inspired accessory brand called Moon Sign Supplies. So that's been on the back burner at the moment because I just can't keep all these jobs plus freelance graphic design. So as you can tell, all of my disciplines are all over the place, and it's great because I get a variety. I love doing it, but I also know that I need help. Like, I need some help in some sense. I need some clarity as well. And the thing I'm asking myself is, like, who am I really helping with all of this? Like, what am I doing? And what really helped me understand this existential crisis was, luckily, like, it was Valentine's Day about 2 days after this crisis, and I posted a poem for my poetry book on self-love, and I can recite it. I can buy my own flowers, I can make my own money, I can take myself to dinner, I can be my own honey, I can love myself better than anyone ever has. And that post did quite well. Like, it didn't go viral like I wish it did, because I think self-love should go viral, but I think that post did quite well, and that just gave me a better sense of, like, okay, I'm on the right track. It's okay. I know what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I know I'm supposed to be doing my poetry. I'm supposed to be putting that out. I know I'm supposed to be posting videos. I know I do feel like I'm supposed to be teaching too, but I'm not sure if graphic design is what I should be teaching. It's still something I'm confused about. I am very happy I teach process because it's something that I love and hate at the same time. Like, process work in graphic design is all about, you know, just life. It's about life, except, like, understanding you have to do a bunch of things to figure out what you should focus on, and that's basically what I'm doing. So it makes perfect sense for me. Like, it makes perfect sense that I am teaching process design, like, in graphic design at OCAD. So right now I do feel like I'm on the right track. It's just been so hard because I can't see all the results yet. But I also have to understand, I have to appreciate the process. I have to slow down. I have to understand things take time. And yeah, I think going to Mexico City was this turning point for me where I would say I just needed that perspective. I just needed to know that, like, okay, I'm 28. I really need to help people right now. Like, who can I help? And something that I'm trying to do every day is just go out of my way, even for a few seconds or a minute or a few, like an hour or whatever I can do to help someone. So that is either like doing a post on Instagram or holding the elevator open for someone who I could tell wanted to come to the elevator, or donate like $2 to a good charity. Or it's something that I'm trying to be very, very conscious of, and it's something that I'm trying to do more of because I don't know, I get so emotional, like I get too emotional. It's something that I feel as though I just want to know I'm helping people, and I think I could feel that for quite a few of my projects, but it's been tricky for me to remind myself of that. I have to remind myself, like, no, it's okay. I am helping people. I have to just make a conscious effort to do it daily. And yeah, like I do hope this video helps someone too. Like, that's why I'm posting these videos. It's just to give more perspective, a different opinion, a different personal experience. And for myself, my Saturn return has all been about like my transformations, my change in career, my change in relationship, my change of self. Like, who am I? Like, who am I to my core? And for me, that's sharing my emotions, because I am very emotional and I need to embrace it. I have to stop hiding it, and I need to embrace it because it can help people. And that's something I have to tell myself more of. That's something I need to remind myself of. But essentially, I do feel like a different person now than I did a year ago. And my existential crisis in Mexico City, going back to that, was just to redirect me, to remind myself, like, okay, are you really on the right path? Check in. This is your check-in time. Like, what are you doing? Do you feel like you're making a difference? And to be honest, I do. It's just reminding myself that I am, because I've gotten so many people reaching out to me saying that I've been inspiring them to do their own thing, that I'm trying to, that they feel like they can do more because they see me doing it, even though I'm not there yet. Like, so I think that makes me feel so happy, like just getting people to step outside of their comfort zone, just getting people to speak up more about what's important to them. And for myself, that's mental health as well, so self-care, self-love. And it's also astrology, because it helps me understand myself better, it helps me understand other people better, it helps me connect to others better, it helps me reflect more so on how we're all connected to the universe, to everything. So yeah, that's been my existential crisis period so far. This is my part 2 check-in for my Saturn return. But I honestly hope this kind of gives some reference to what I'm going through. If you're going through something similar, please let me know in the comments. Please start a conversation with me or DM me, or yeah, it would just mean so much to me. I definitely want to share more of my own experiences with others so that it can help people. It can, yeah, that's basically what I want to do. I just want to help people through this platform if I can. So it would just mean so much to me. Thank you. And If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And let me know at when you were 28 to 30, like what were your major life changes? Or if you're not there yet, are you going through a major life change, or how are you feeling right now? Just let me know. I'm just genuinely interested. I just would love to start more conversations with people. I think I've been able to do so more so when I'm trying to put myself out there, so it's been great to have those conversations with people, and I really appreciate them. What also, going back to Mexico City, I also got really sick there. I took for granted just regular drinking water from the tap, so I was buying bottled water. I honestly felt like I was gonna die the last day. I honestly had very bad food poisoning and thought I was gonna die. I thought they weren't gonna let me on the plane. It was such a crazy trip that I felt as though, wow, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I was so scared of dying, and the thought that came to my head is like, I just need to publish my book before I'm dead. Like, that's all. And I'm being very dramatic. Like, I'm grateful that I'm still alive, but I was just really very scared, and I am so grateful to come back to drinking tap water, because we take for granted just clean drinking water, and it's crazy to me. But yeah, that definitely gave me more perspective. I also thought that what really was interesting was another experience I had in Mexico City was me and my friend were out in the evening, and it was bright out, and then we went to this churro place, and essentially it was really dark once we got out of there. And at first we were like, oh, let's just walk home, it's very close. But it was a very sketchy place after dark, and everyone left. And a lot of people who told me about Mexico City before going, don't be out late at night without someone, or without just Uber everywhere at night. Super scary for us because there was no street lights. We Uber pooled, and they kind of did a different meeting point than we thought. It was a street away, and we couldn't get the directions correct, and we were like in panic mode because there were so many sketchy people around us. And my friend, I could tell, was super panicked. I was a bit more calm because, describe it, but sometimes my reaction time's slow. So she was in a panic, and I was trying to stay calm, and then I could tell she was panicking, and then I saw what she was seeing finally, like the sketchy people, and I basically took her hand and I was like, run, let's run. And then we finally figured out the correct direction of the Uber, and I made her run there, and she was like, this is drawing us more attention. And I'm like, well, at least we'll be safe. Who am I? Can I basically survive in this mode? Like, what is my survival mode? And it taught me more about myself. I can survive in difficult situations. Like, my reaction time is slow. I do have to work on that. And I feel like I'm a very proactive person, but it made me understand, like, okay, I really need to think things through even more so. Like, I really need to plan things out more so. And yeah, I think that was some good clarity. It gave me a better sense of self. I was proud of myself to help my friend to try and get her into a calmer state by running across to the street to make sure we're both okay, to survive in that instance. Yeah, I was really proud of myself at that moment, and I think it just made me realize, like, okay, I'm on the right path. Like, I do understand myself better, and how can I help people through this now? Like, how can I show people how can I communicate my sense of self to others and help others find their sense of self? And I hope my poetry does that. I hope my work does that. I hope these videos help comfort someone in some way. I hope if people are experiencing this transition of like understanding their sense of self, or understanding what they want to be doing with their lives, like how they want to help people. Like I hope this kind of gives some type of perspective or reflection or something. But yeah, I hope this helps, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. So again, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would really, really appreciate it. It would really help me out. And yeah, let me know in the comments below how your Saturn return was, or if you're going through any major life changes, or just what you thought of my existential crisis, or anything. Just like, let's start a conversation. Let's talk. If you just want to talk to me, just feel free to message me, and I hope this helps. So thank you so much for listening, and with peace and love, take care.